Is it great? Or does it suck? Another segment that has become rather popular is our reviews of TV and movies. But we feel like what's partly popular about it is the headline, right? Is it great or does it suck? Because there's really only two options. Like, we're tired of movies that hit the middle of the road. We're going to make the call one way or the other. Is it great or does it suck? This week, near and dear to my heart, Ryan Reynolds, in his new Netflix he's been on Netflix before, his new Netflix movie, The Adam Project. This is one that I think Andre had watched about last week, and he almost tried to ruin it for Joe and I, but we stopped him just short. And so I made sure Friday night, sat down, like, kid was gone. I was like, all right, babe, we're watching The Adam Project. I need you to just, like, sit on the other side of the couch so I can be with my guy here, Ryan Reynolds. I need to get nice and close, make a little space right here. No. It got really weird. She loves Ryan Reynolds, too, so that wasn't that awkward. She was like, no, I get it. I'll let you guys have your moment. But, yeah, so is it great or does it suck? The Adam Project.
Well, I'll tell you this. I think Ryan Reynolds is not being typecasted, but he's almost the same Ryan Reynolds in every movie at some point, like at some level. So I automatically relax. I'm like, it's Ryan Reynolds. I expect these things out of him. But where they really hit the mark was they had a mini Ryan Reynolds in the movie.
They did. Like, not 5 minutes into it, Christy said the same thing. They're like, oh my God, they cast the perfect kid for that.
It was amazing. And what's the name of the oh my, she was in Columbiana.
Zoe, no,
it wasn't Zoe.
It wasn't Zoe Kravitz. It's, Zoe Saldana.
Yeah, she's the
Chloe Saldana? What is her name?
Zoe.
Is it Zoe Saldana?
I believe
can't
so.
Be right.
Yeah, Columbiana. Gosh.
It is Zoe.
Yeah, see?
Look at that.
Look at that. I'm upping my game.
Zoe Saldana.
That's Saldana.
I thought it was a Z.
In Spanish, it would be a Z.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah. So, actually, no. Side note, my kids, one of my sons was telling me, like, hey, Dad, I've got friends that just do all this pop culture stuff, and they know I'm like, yeah, that's Chris. He really knows me. So,
take a seat.
Now, I'm like, yeah, that's just not what I keep in my head. But yeah, I thought it was a great movie. The plot was, the storyline was kind of iffy, to be honest with you. There's a lot of plot holes. But I think Ryan Reynolds kind of smooths it out. If you're a big Ryan Reynolds fan, you kind of ignore some of the silly in the movie. I will say the fight scenes were amazing. I really dug the whole backyard scene. Oh, just in case there might be spoilers. It was just a great movie, but it's on Netflix. You can watch it anytime, so it's not really a spoiler.
I mean, it could still be spoilers, but feel free.
One thing that bugged me out about the movie was when they were driving down that road and the plane appeared out of nowhere.
Yeah.
You know what messed me up? It's the actual size of the plane to the car and the road was off. And it really bothered me. I'm like, no, that wouldn't have happened. It would have pushed all the trees down. Like if the plane was moving that fast,
yeah,
it would have pushed all the trees down. And there's no way it could be that low of the tree line and not have an impact on the road. But that was like one thing that really stood out to me was like, oh, that's not realistic. The perspective there is way off.
I don't even think I caught that. I think I might have glanced. I was so enamored that I was just like, oh, Ryan Reynolds. Mark Ruffalo was also really good. I didn't like
the fact that Mark Ruffalo died in the movie.
Okay, yeah. So there was one thing that I thought I had figured it out, right? That like, what's her face? The bad chick goes back in time, and like part of her going back in time isn't just to like invest in these stocks. Like, okay, we've seen Back to the Future. We all know how that works. But I figured that she was the one that like set up the car accident to kill him so that she could take all the stuff. Apparently she didn't have to. Like, she didn't have to do that. He was just dead of his own. But yeah, like I also thought based on the way that everything kind of transpired, maybe that would change and like he wouldn't have to die. I guess they kind of wanted to have that like heartfelt moment still and make the moment where they're, like you said, playing catch in the backyard that much more like meaningful, because if he'd come back later, then it also kind of provided for Adam, the young Adam, to then have the moment with his mom that Ryan Reynolds had kind of been like, give her a hug, like one of those rib busting hugs kind of thing. And if Dad had been back, that would have been the focal point. So I kind of get it, but I was a little disappointed. You know, it felt like one of those like, did you really have to kill him, or was that just kind of like, we gotta have something that makes people sad for a moment, like.
Yeah, don't make me sad in my movies. I don't like that. I'm anti-
You don't want comedy in your comic book movies. You don't want action in your comic book movies. You don't want sadness in your movies.
No sadness.
What do you want in your damn movies, Andre?
Just not sadness.
And no Vin Diesel.
No, definitely no Vin Diesel. It's an automatic. Nope, I'll pass.
But yeah, like, so overall, I really enjoyed it. I thought, I agree. Fight scenes were done really, really well. I liked seeing Ryan Reynolds doing some of like the action stuff. That was pretty cool. Obviously, like he did a lot of the stunts and stuff for Deadpool, so he has some background in that. But there were lots of little Easter eggs here and there that were pretty fun to kind of catch, like. Or just like references to stuff, not even necessarily Easter eggs. Like where the kid kept saying, like, "Is that a lightsaber?" And he's like, "It's not a lightsaber." Yeah. And then it extends, and it's like, "That's a lightsaber!" Like, that was cool. When he picks on the bullies, you know, like when the kid gets beat up by the bullies, and like Ryan Reynolds makes the kid pee his pants. That was pretty awesome. Yeah, you know, I was glad when like that moment between him and Zoe Saldana at the end was really. Like fun, like them in the classroom together, kind of meeting again for the first time.
That was actually a pretty good scene.
Yeah, I thought that was done really well, and they had a really good chemistry together.
But it's Ryan Reynolds, though. I don't think he's ever been in a role where. Think about it, Jennifer Garner and him in the bar. It was like it was weird. That's his mom, but it was like you can tell like he just connects with everybody on screen for some reason, and that's like really. I don't say that about a lot of actors, but. He's a very unique actor on my list of actors I enjoy watching because it seems like he just can't screw up. He can be in a bad movie,
right? But it's not his fault usually,
right?
Not that I've ever really picked up. Yeah, I agree. His chemistry with everybody in the film, like in the way that he plays off of people. And yeah, I think you touched on it earlier. Like to some degree, Ryan Reynolds just plays a version of himself in every movie that he's in. Like that's what I've kind of come to love about him, I guess. But there are other actors that are really, really great at that too. Like not Vin Diesel,
Keanu.
Yeah, Keanu Reeves. Very, very similar. In
Why
that
did I say Keanu? I said
Keanu.
Like,
you gonna go play some
like,
Keanu?
I'm getting old. I'm literally getting like old today. Keanu Reeves is another actor where like he's been in terrible movies, but he seems to genuinely love what he's doing. Chadwick Boseman, another person that genuinely loves what they're doing when they're acting. Even Ben Affleck, except for Geely, that was a terrible movie.
And when he played Batman.
I will hurt you, but there's a number of actors that I enjoy watching because they just do like stellar roles, and Ryan Reynolds is on that list for me of like, okay, I'll watch it. I mean, I enjoy the movie sometimes, but I'm like, I got to see a good Ryan Reynolds movie.
Samuel L. Jackson's kind of on that list.
Sam Jackson.
He can step out of it a little bit and kind of, fall into some more like defined characters, but for the most part, you know that you're watching Sam Jackson when he's on screen.
Yeah. Yeah, it's great. So
Denzel Washington too.
Denzel is like the Equalizer, like especially Equalizer 2. People were giving crap about it. I'm like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
I'm never going to complain about getting to watch 2.5 hours of Denzel Washington.
Like, what's wrong with you?
He had that horrible movie, it wasn't his fault, but it was the one, it was like, where he was a cop in like Florida and, who was it?
No, wasn't he, are you talking about the one he was the bodyguard?
No, it wasn't the one where he was the bodyguard. Oh, it's going to kill me. He was with the guy that played Dean, what's his name? Dean.
Don't say Dean Cain.
Out of Time.
Oh yeah.
That was bad. It had Eva Mendes too. I remember I was working at Blockbuster at the time when that movie came out, and I was like, I got it early before it actually went out for rental, and I came home and watched it, and I was just like, what was that? It was all just the script. Like, the script was horribly written. The way that everything was kind of set up didn't make any sense. And Denzel was fine. Like, he was good in that, but
It's Denzel.
yeah, exactly.
That's my mom's secret affair. Anyway,
That explains a lot.
yeah.
I always thought you had a little bit of that Denzel profile to you, but all right. So I guess final verdict: Adam Project. Is it great or does it suck?
From Andre, it's great.
Yeah, I give it 2 thumbs up. It is great. So good on you, Adam
2 thumbs up.
Project.
Yeah. Good. Netflix has got they're figuring some stuff out. Hopefully they keep enough money to stay in business, but
Hopefully they stop giving it to Zack Snyder.
ooh,
We might have to talk about that one next week.
yeah.